right, let's get started. Everybody, 2 claps for Ric Flair. Woo! All right. Yeah, awesome. I like it. We got a whole bunch of new faces today. So, really quick, before we do anything, let's go over Saturday.
Nobody.
We know how much you get. We'll go over Saturday with just the people that are here. Just, oh, actually, let's set it. Robbie?
4.
4. Woo! Real quick, just so you guys saw, anyone new, we call it the number of deals we got, and then we give the number of claps per deal. Okay?
I told it, but.
Oh. Zay for Saturday. 1. Tim.
I didn't go to Saturday.
Okay. Me, I got 1. Yeah. Rowdy?
1.
1. George? 1. Kendrick?
No.
Oh.
I'm not.
Steph, you weren't on. So, Sean?
I got 3.
3.
Big Sean.
Brian?
I got 1.
1. Nice. And then should be
How many you got?
Carl. 3.
Yo.
And
I snagged 1.
1. Nice. Way to go, guys. We can crush that. Actually, we did really good last
We did
week.
really good last week. Over 100 sales last week with only 4 days. So you guys slapped it. You did really good. Expect this week to be another really big week. I know the week before we did over 190 sales. Right. This week the goal is easily bust 100 again. I mean, I want to do even more than that. We're way on track to beat our goal of 550 this month. So we're dominating that goal right now. You guys are doing really well.
Yeah, I got 1 for Monday too.
Let's go. Oh, 1 for Monday.
Ain't even leave the office.
Right? Nice. Cool. I like that. So really quick on announcements. Really just have one announcement. This is on the pest control side of things, right? We do the full yard treatment. We do not granulate the entire yard.
So the backyard now.
So we do the full yard treatment. We do not granulate the entire yard.
Yeah,
What are we bringing?
new information. So we just met with our branch manager yesterday. He let us know what those big yards can sometimes take a full bag, and a full bag is $90 just for the granules. So if we're charging $50 to come by,
That is true because
probably doesn't work out super well.
Isn't it just 30 feet from the house?
No, so essentially the granules themselves are going to be 10 feet around the house, and then they're going to treat the rest of the yard. They're still going to be treating it. They're going to treat it with the whole yard with adulticide and broad spectrum IGR is what they're going to use for the entire rest of the property.
If y'all need the list of like what we're using, I got everything. I can
Yeah,
send it
send
to
the list,
everybody.
yeah.
I'll send
Put
the
that
home
in
base.
put that in the
Home
home
base.
base.
Yeah.
We're still treating the
Oh, no,
whole
put it
yard.
in the,
It's just
the chat.
the granules
What's that chat?
specifically are 10 feet around the house, the granules specifically. And so what I would just tell the customers, we just treat the yard. We treat
Just
the yard.
tell them we treat the yard. If they want more specifics, we treat the granules around the yard because that's really, really where it's overkill. Granules are super overkill. The other stuff is to just make it to where it can't be inhabitable by
I'm
bugs.
assuming this is just gonna be for like bigger homes. Really,
It's
like
just
bigger
for
yards,
everything.
really.
This is for everything,
Yeah.
right? Because it's just 10 feet around the house. So honestly, if that hits the whole yard, then there you go.
The adulticide makes it to where the babies cannot turn into adults and they cannot procreate anymore, and then the IGR just kill them all.
So we treat the full yard. We do not granulate the full yard.
Word.
Sweet.
That was the only big thing that we had. So cool on that. I did want to go over. Did you take a look at that thing yet? You probably haven't switched it over yet, though.
While he's pulling that up, I want to go through the competition. So I know the gunslingers are at 18. TSS.
I was just looking at leaderboard, this refresh, really does like this, we're at 11.
I'm not in the class. I was just wondering how long this was gonna take. I was giving someone a ride. So I'm just.
Who are you giving a ride?
Where's he?
A ride? Okay, awesome. Where you I said, where are you staying? Because we could probably just drop you off on the way out, depending on.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too far, it's like 3 miles from here. I have no problem, I'm not worried about that, you know, it's just.
We're gonna be here for roughly an hour. So, I mean, we can always drop them off if you
Right,
like.
okay, that'll work.
Right.
It's up.
There you go.
We should get
TSS is 12.
Last I checked.
The Chatworkers, I think they're all not here right now, but they text me.
Give her the blues like sunshine.
Sorry, ignore that. The Chatworkers are RSTV.
Where the zombies?
Yeah, I know you guys are the zombies. Where the heck are the zombies? Oh, you changed the name to the zombies?
Yeah, we changed it to zombies.
Awesome. What are you guys at?
15,
15.
I believe.
Let's go, hell yeah. Okay, cool. Are the drug dealers here?
Job not finished. Job not finished. Job
The
not
drug dealers.
I mean, shit, I ain't no drug dealer. I might be doing something on that.
KTV.
Just.
KTV's at 4. Huh?
The, people that's in Columbus or whatever, do they?
They're gonna update this themselves, yeah.
They come for this competition?
Yes, they do.
Alright, that's what I was.
Top scammers.
Oh, this meeting.
We were at 8 yesterday, so depending on if Josh got one after, that was at like
Yeah,
7
it's
o'clock.
important. Every time you post a sale, you need to post a sale and then update your team comp, right? Obviously, you're on here like, I don't even know. It's really important, you know, that when you know where you're at as a team. There's only 3 of you on the team, right? You should know where your score is 24/7, and when one of your teammates score a bucket or you score a bucket, you should know where your score is at, right? Right now, we're manually tracking this until we have Live Oak and we have these new internet service providers inside the system that's automatically tracking, until then we're manually tracking. So it's just important that every time you guys post a sell, throw it in there so we know. 'Cause right now, it looks like Gunslingers and the Zombies are freaking slapping, crushing everyone right now. Nice job.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're at 8.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
We got something.
I'm gonna be updating this a little bit, but for now, I just want to, Briar, you're gonna be our awesome guy to come do this. Okay, so when we go to do the values, I also want you to do a recap of like where you're at.
Well, we ain't been doing this, now you gotta really.
That's okay, just do your best. I know you track it, cause that's, you know, I know you're on top of that.
Seriously? Alright, you're gonna have to pull up Spotty and see my contacts and stuff. Do you wanna just? I mean,
Don't worry about
I don't
contacts,
gotta
don't worry
share
about
everything.
contacts, just give us like your, you know, your week goal and your month goal.
Alright, so.
That way these guys can see that.
I had 6 last week, the goal was 10. Total contact should have been around 150 to 200. My goal for this week is gonna be 10 again. Goal this week for contacts, I'm shooting for at least 30 a day. My PR is still the same, 5 in a day on fiber, 5 on pest, and then 24 fiber on the month. Total sales this month versus my goal. Let me just pull the portal up. This month, so this quarter is just this month, right?
No, this quarter is.
Well, it's only
Last
this month.
April,
Last
May.
month and this month.
April, May.
Last
yeah.
month?
No, last month, this month.
It's not updated. But I think I'm close to 12 to 15 sales. I'm not really sure. I've been doing pest control, but the goal for this month, it's about the end of the month, so I think I'm at. It's not showing up right in the portal. It says I only got 6 on the month
For what?
on the portal. That's what.
Yeah, the portal's not right.
Yeah.
It's not, Live Oak's not showing in there.
So
T-Mobile's not showing in there.
I think I'm at close to 15 sales this month. My goal is 25.
On track, not on track?
I'm pretty on track, so I need 10 more sales if I'm at 15.
You got it.
So 5 a week. So
Nice.
literally want to crush that goal. Total contacts this month shit ton. Update on recruiting. I actually got Tyler to come out here. I used to, when I did solar for like 3 or 4 months out of high school, met Tyler. He's a really good guy. Has a lot of sales experience, so he's pretty excited to come out here and work with us. But total sales versus this season versus the goal. This season, the portal says 72, so it's going to be pretty close to that, plus a few. Wait, no, this quarter is going to be different this season. I got 36 this quarter. The goal is, I got my goal on the leaderboard. I think my goal is 75 this quarter, or I think I put it at 100 actually. I think it was 100. Not on track to hit that. I'm gonna have to do a shit ton of work next month if I want to hit that. What value are the weakest at? I think the weakest value that I have, man, it's pretty weak at a lot of values. Not gonna lie. Go through it. I would say mine still. That's been like the one that I've been saying every time we come up here to do the recaps. I think I really need to work on my mind. I get in my head a lot when I'm on the doors, so just being able to have like resilience and then just keep going even when you don't want to. Like even when I wake up, don't really feel like working. I just need to get out of that mindset.
Nice.
Didn't really have it ready, obviously.
Before you sit
Actually, I could go over like an old one if that helps.
Oh.
I've got like old ones. That was like the shittiest recap ever. I know a lot of you guys probably haven't seen like any of the
Don't worry,
recaps,
guys.
but usually we like recap pretty much every Monday of it, and you're supposed to have it ready when you come.
Yeah.
Obviously, Daniel's a piece of crap. He's probably up there.
Don't worry, guys. I put Brian on the spot. Don't sit down quite yet, Brian. You're gonna also hit on this. But so really, when we come up here to do these, I want you guys. These are gonna change a little bit. I just wanted to give a little bit of a preview. So hats off for Briar to coming up here and doing good with a little, So, but I want you guys to really, when you come up here, the goal is to embody your goals and what you aspire for, as well as these values. And so when you come up here, you're recapping, you're going over like, hey, this is where I am, this is what I'm on track for, so that I can get to where I want to be, right? Because if you're never tracking and you're not looking, we use the running analogy all the time, the guy who goes out there and runs probably will get better. The guy who goes out there and runs and tracks his time and sees how much faster, and he runs with a big group of people who also do the same thing, the one who's with the group and everything is the one who's going to probably get faster and better, right? Take 2 really good people, that one's going to probably do better, right? And so we want to do the same thing for here. So my goal here is to just have you guys come up here and track that stuff and do it together, right? So you should be doing this every day, every week, every month, every quarter. You should be tracking to see where you're at.
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, it's huge. The mile running thing is a good example, like you said, but people that track their weight when they lose weight significantly increase their odds of actually losing weight. People that track their workouts and what they're working out on and all that significantly increase their odds of actually having results. It's the same in this. You should know how many sales you had last month off the top of your head. You should know how many sales you've had with, again, if we have new service providers that aren't in the system yet, you should already know how many sales you've had because you track it, right? Tracking stuff to get that next level is very important, especially if you guys want to get promoted like, Damien just did to coach, to manager, moving up to regional. If you're not organized, you will never get that level. It's just impossible. You will never get there because it's too much workload for your brain to just remember, right? You're like, I'll remember stuff, but then we'll put you up here and I'll be like, cool, how many sales did you get last month? You won't remember. Nobody remembers. It's evenly impossible. You're putting yourself in a situation to lose and to fail, right? Tracking is super important. Not only does it make you organized, you can handle more workload, but it does the most important thing, which gives you an opportunity to refill your well of motivation. Like every time you have a win, that increases your drive to work more. And that's all that really matters in sales. For everyone who's been in sales long enough, the guy that wins is the guy that can push himself, the guy that can get himself out there and knock more doors, put in more time. Like that's the guy that wins at the end of the day. Not the most skilled, not this. It's just the guy that pushes himself the most, because you're always finding opportunities, you know, to increase your motivation. Well, you know, your drive, you do that. And tracking and seeing, well, I'm improving, or I'm just behind. I need to push just a little bit more to be improving. That is one of the best ways to keep your motivation high, right? Because as soon as your motivation is super duper low, it's just you're making your job a lot more difficult.
I think there's people out there that really push themselves really hard and they work more than anyone else and they just suck though.
And they just suck.
Like, I mean, like they work harder than anyone else, but they're just so unskilled.
I think that happens. So like, there's natural talent has a weight, right? But like, let's say you're 5'5", you're 5'4", and you want to be amazing at basketball. It's like, well, could you be the best basketball player in the world? Probably not, is the reality. You probably don't have the physical capability. But there's a 5'4" guy that's practiced for 10 years in basketball every single day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, better than a guy that's never played that's 6'6". Absolutely, he would crush it. He wouldn't even be close. He would dominate it, right? He would throw that shit down. So, again, whether you can become the best or not, well, maybe there's natural talent up at those leagues. Up at the very top leagues, there's going to be natural talent. But becoming extremely good at this job, making it to regional level and above, essentially everyone can do that. Essentially, so like you just gotta, you know, yes, maybe you won't be Steve Jobs, or you won't be, you know, freaking multi-billionaire, but becoming a millionaire, yeah, every single person in this room has the ability, you know, the natural talent they need to become a millionaire if they want.
Law of probability, baby.
Only a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with like 50 bucks.
Anyways, just a quick, before I let Briar take over, just really fast. The goal of that is, obviously we want to track all the sales and everything, but this is more than just a door-to-door company. So we also want to be tracking the other, everything else that we're also working on, right? Being in the gym, you know, trying to be healthy, you know, working on family things, you know, anything outside of just door knocking, right? So just to quickly, this is what, you know, we want to, I'm going to have people recap a few things. I'm changing it, but I also want you, when you come up here and you do the value, you're recapping what you're doing on that value, right? So just to go through them, you know, be good, body, right? That's, you know, mind. Brian was kind of hitting on it. Soul, prosperity. This is like, you know, savings, these kind of things, right? Giving back, you know, that's like community right here. You know, what are you doing to work on these things? And then growing, right? How much effort are you putting in to becoming better, right? So these are the, there they are right there. So those are the things I want to get a full recap of every kind of where you're at, just in life in general, right? Because that's the goal. That's the goal of Max BS. So, right? Give us prosperity, and then.
All right, let me get 2 claps and Ric Flair. Prosperity. So on the board, we strive for true wealth. You know, Justin is building this company with Daniel. He's been, you know, at all types of different companies and stuff. And when you're making a lot of money, it's easy to spend the money, and you know, easy not to save any money. So Justin, Tyler, you know, people that's actually worked in different companies can tell you, if you're making a shit ton of money, especially in door-to-door, with there being so much room to make a lot of money, like I said, it's easy to spend it, and most people will. So like most people that work with Meraki, Justin preaches it like super hard. They made a shit ton of money, and now they're dead broke. They might have like a couple nice things that they're still clinging on to, like barely being able to pay for, whether it's a house, you know, a super nice car that they had when they had a lot of money. Rather than buying, you know, all those nice things like a house, you know, super nice car like most of them have, you know, they could have put that money into investments, and you know, if they kept on, you know, putting the return back in each year, they would have that car paid for just out of investments rather than having to keep on working to pay the bills and everything. Money is a tool to do good. I will say prosperity. I want to give like my things that I'm like working on. So I'm really bad at saving money. I'm really bad at spending money as well. I really need to, you know, talk to Daniel and come up with some ideas just to, you know, help me actually do better at this. But we invest first, then upgrade, obviously. So Justin preaches it, but you should only be buying nice things if you can pay with them with money that's like invested. You shouldn't get a big commission check, go spend all of it on, something nice like a watch, AirPods, anything like that. You should be putting it in some type of investment, and then when the investment can pay for it, obviously you can, reward yourself and, pay with it with the investment money. But money is a tool to do good, so we utilize money to uplift our lives, and then we use it to uplift the lives of others. So everybody in this room, we're going to get to a point to where we are, super successful, and we are making a lot of money. We shouldn't just worry about, buying nice things, having the best of the best and everything. We need to be using some of our money to uplift others, bringing new recruits out here, Eventually, Justin's not going to do this Justin and Daniel, they're not going to do this the whole time we're here, obviously. The company's going to get to a point to where they're not, they can't just pay for everybody to come out here, pay for everybody to, have food, make sure they have food, a place to sleep and everything like that. So once we get to a point to where we can help others out, whether it be a new recruit coming in, helping them out with the equipment that they need on the doors and everything, we need to be using our money to uplift the lives of others, not just uplift ourselves, because obviously most of the time the reason why you're in a situation that you are, or not a situation but a circumstance, is because somebody uplifted you, like in my case, like Justin, helping all of us out and stuff. So we need to definitely do the same for other people. We live way below our means, so Justin and Daniel always say we need to be frugal. So obviously right now, most of us are like super young, so this is like super important. The more frugal you can be, the more successful you're going to be, and the more money you're going to have in the long run. So
What's frugal mean?
Frugal is like just to live way below your means. If you're like, if you can, obviously if you're making super good money, like D-Rock, he could be going out, eating, nice meals every night and drinking, but he's like making sandwiches for lunch, not going out to like the gas station every 5 seconds and stuff. But obviously, we understand that being very frugal and living significantly below our means brings us peace and happiness. So there's just like, obviously, like the way I think about it, once you get into a lifestyle of like always having to have like the nicest stuff and everything, it's kind of stressful. Because you got to keep on making the money like you're making, keep on doing the things that you've been doing, rather than if you could just be at peace and be happy, living, below your means. You're gonna have a way clearer mind, but also you're gonna save a lot more money being frugal. Peace and joy over dopamine and excitement. So we really need to replace dopamine with peace and joy, whether it be just hanging out with friends, going swimming, going out, and actually hanging out with family or something, rather than like quick dopamine. Pretty much any dopamine in my eyes is going to be like quick dopamine, so like vapes, YouTube videos, games, pretty much anything that we're doing that isn't making us a better person, but it's giving us like a quick dopamine hit that makes us think that we're doing something that actually matters. Like in my case, I'll say, just for an example, games is probably my worst. It gives me a lot of dopamine, like when I'm shooting people, killing people with all my buddies and stuff. Yeah, like I feel like I'm accomplishing something, but really 5 or 10 years down the road, it's like I'm not even gonna remember shooting people in the fucking game. I'm not gonna be, it's not making me any better in life, obviously. It's just making me think that I'm doing something successful, because when I win the game, I'm like, oh shit, we done won the game with our buddies and stuff. So it's like quick dopamine hits rather than like doing something that actually is gonna make you better in life, then also like bring you peace and joy. So it like changes your whole mindset, like the dopamine. There's like, obviously Justin's done like hella studying on dopamine and everything and how it affects you. But once you get into like a cycle of just having to have like quick dopamine hits, that's like all you look forward to, rather than looking forward to like the small moments with your family, friends, anything that actually brings you like real peace and joy, rather than quick dopamine hits. But that's all I got.
Really fast. So I mean, who's your been in sales or door-to-door than a year, longer than 2 years, longer than 3 years. You've been in a long time. So, I'm sure you've seen guys that have made great money that have nothing to show for it. Right? And when I say great money, I mean, if you make 6 figures, you make great money. Like, you should have something to show for it if you made 6 figures. Right? If you made multiple 6 figures, you goddamn definitely should have something to show for it, right? But how many have you seen them make multiple 6 figures, percentage-wise, that don't have anything to show for it? Like, they don't have assets, they don't have investments. What percentage?
More than I could put on my fingers.
Yeah, damn near 100%.
80%, I'd
80%
say.
plus. So if you think, oh, but not me, you're wrong, right? I tell people this a lot, but the reason I was successful, the reason I put away all the money and I saved it, and you know, I'm 6 figures now, I can start this business with my brother and just put money into it and down money. Oh, we're running low on money, that's okay, I've got a few $100,000, I'll just loan the business to keep it going, right? The reason I can do that is because I don't think I'm special. You know, it's hilarious. I'm a multi-millionaire, pay myself $7 million in a year, I rent huge organizations, but I, a lot of times, will look at myself, you know, as less, you know, strong mentally than half the guys I work around. Like, oh, I'm not. Once I make a ton of money, I'll save it, no problem. I don't need, like, I'm super good at that, whatever. If you don't save money today, you will never save money, right? If you're not the kind of guy that can control his spending at making $2,000 a month, you won't be the guy that can control spending at $20,000 a month. It won't matter. You can't control your spending. So it doesn't matter, right? We have guys come to us for advances a lot, right? Now, there's only 2 reasons a guy needs an advance, ever. Only 2 reasons. It boils down to 2. You can take them all down to 2. One reason they need an advance is because they currently don't have enough income coming in to pay the basic needs. That happens when you make big transitions in life, new job, you know, you're just getting going in a new craft. Those are normal, right? That happens, and there's only 2 solutions to that problem. One, more input or more skill, right? You either get better, you either put the same amount of input in and you're better at it so you get more results, or you can't get better at it overnight, so there's more input. That's how you solve that problem, right? So for me, if I'm ever broke, like as in like money was getting lower where I wasn't making enough money to cover basic needs, I was like, okay, well, I can't all of a sudden change my skill today to where I get more with the same amount of work, so what am I gonna do?
Work more.
I'm gonna work more. I'm gonna work so much, my fucking feet bleed, right? Like, I'm just gonna work, never sacrifice my sleep, because I want my work to be high performance, but besides that, I'm sacrificing everything. Everything besides my sleep and diet, right? And then I just go hard. And that has solved every money problem I've ever ran into, ever. There you go, right? Ever. I've ran into a lot of money problems, right? I've been in government housing and food stamps, I've been multi-millionaire, I've been all over the place, right? And that solved my problem every time. One time I was doing door sales, and I took all of my money, invested it all, and then turned around, had 0 money, and then the IRS was calling me, and I was like, I'll just put off this IRS debt. That was really dumb. Didn't pay out the IRS. Well, they're calling me saying, you don't come fucking pay us right now, we're gonna come take all those assets and shit. And so I went, well, guess I'm working 16 hours a day for the next blah, blah, blah. And then like, it's like, I can't remember exactly, but like 2.5, 3 months, I made the 40+ grand, paid them off, it was good. Right, so I just went hard 7 days a week. People are like, oh man, it's so much work. I'm like, it's not really that big of a deal. Like, come on.
True, man.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's not that big of a deal, bro. Like, just go fucking work, right? Just get out of your head. That's really what you
Shut
do.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Get out there and work. So that's one real possibility, is your income is not enough to cover your basic needs. And when I say basic needs, I mean food, shelter, right? And in my opinion, cell phone, so you can work. Food, shelter, cell phone. Those are your basic needs. Outside of that, it can be sold. Get rid of it, right? Get rid of it. If you're like, I gotta have a car payment, I got this, I'm gonna fucking sell the car. Get rid of it. Don't need this. Until your income is big enough to easily crush that, don't have it. There's plenty of people that can drop you off. There's plenty of opportunity to get rides. Like, go ahead and lower that shit. You have to live below your means. Now, if you are making enough income to cover those 3 basic needs, but you're still running out of money midweek, you're like, okay, well, this is my basic needs costs are, for a lot of guys here, it's like, well, housing's covered, food's covered, so my basic needs are about $500 a month. And then you're coming back, I need an advance, I can't pay for food. I'm like, well, it looks like you made $1,200 last month. Basic needs are $500. What happened there? 9 times out of 10, this is the issue for most guys. You don't have discipline, right, in your spending. You might have discipline in other things, but you don't have discipline in spending, right? And that's a huge problem if you want to be very, very successful. Manager level, regional level guys, they can't be brokies. You can't be in front of your guys and be like, hey bro, can you spot me some gas money real quick? I blew my shit last week. You won't have very many people following you. You know, like, whoa man, I definitely don't want to follow a CEO that can't control his money. Like that's bad, right? People depend on you. People come to us a lot asking, hey, can you help me? The reason I can say yes is because, well, I was smart with my money, I saved it all, and now I'm able to support other people, right? Because I was smart. So only the two reasons. Any other reason outside of that, you're kidding yourself? It's not. There's only two reasons. Either one, you're not making enough to cover basic income, which is very small income, or two, you have a spending problem. You need to get it under control, right? You need to cut off things. You need to lower your spending. You need to get down to where your realistic skills of producing income is. You're like, well, it's just so low. I'm like, well, then damn, you better put in a lot more time. You better increase your skill a lot, right? Or quit and do something different because you can't handle it. Right? That's it. There's only two options, right? You shouldn't have the stress. We put us up here for a reason. We want to help you guys not just make a lot of sales and a lot of money. Here's a Meraki, by the way, you know, Tarzan here. And he knows a lot of guys made a lot of money.
Hey, my way of saving money though is just keep working. You ain't got time to spend money.
That also helps a lot. If you're working 16 hours a day, you spend very little
Find
money.
something to do that's gonna make you some money, or just time to just keep you occupied without you having to go spend money.
Yep. Now, for the guys on what I say, if you're new to this job, you just transitioned from another place, you're probably low on income right now. That's normal, just so you know, that's totally fine. What are the things that can still kill your money right now? What kills your guys' money? Where does it go?
Food.
Food, but not just food, because I can live on give me $150 the whole month. I got myself.
Oh yeah, I
there.
get food. I'm saying like fast
Family,
food.
really, it's premium food, and all the premiums that go, the DoorDash, all of that shit.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Could we drop it?
Alcohol, weed, unnecessary.
Yeah.
$800, $1,200. I know a couple that were like doing $1,500 a month on fast food.
Fast food.
Yeah.
What do you got for that? You know what you get for that? That's all weird. You know what you get for that? Dopamine. You don't have to expend energy to make your own food, and you don't. And when you eat fast food, it releases more dopamine than healthy food. That's all. And it's gone. That gone.
It's really just a way to control your urges.
Yeah, controlling your urges. Okay. Discipline. You guys gotta get disciplined.
I mean-
And it will bring you happiness. Like massive amounts of joy and happiness that last longer. The happiness you get from buying that fast food lasts about 30 seconds.
And the companies know that, as well, and then you come back to it, you just don't have to trade it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like drugs.
It's like drugs. It is.
Fast food is the devil's
Fast
secret
drugs,
weapon.
baby.
It's a devil's secret weapon. That's why we got a bunch of fat asses walking around America right now. That's why we're so obese. I'm not fat. I whoop everybody ass in this bitch, straight up.
But you guys can get that kind of stuff.
That shit.
But my opinion is, you have to have 3 months of basic needs aside in your bank account before you can spend money on anything besides basic needs. That's my rule. And when I say
Say that
basic,
again?
3 months of basic needs of bills in a bank account, a savings account, before you can spend money on anything. And that means you cannot go out to eat a single time. Nothing. Not zero. It's like, hey, you want to? Nope, I can't afford it. I don't have 3 months in my savings.
Come on now.
If you don't have 3 months of your savings, the answer is always no 100% of the time. That's the rule you should live by. If you live by that rule, once you have that saved up, then you can do that kind of stuff because you have your war chest, you have your peace of mind, because this job is not consistent income. It is this. That's just how it goes. Obviously, you're doing pest control, it makes it more consistent.
More stable.
More stable.
Sustainable.
Right?
10 piece.
Sustainable. But generally, a lot of times, sales outside of pest control can make your income fluctuate pretty wildly. I mean, we've had guys that I've seen $4,000 or $5,000 for 1 week, paychecks, and then they can be on vacation for 2 weeks, and it's like, well, now your next 2 week paychecks are gonna be fucking zero. You know? And they're like, I made $4,000, and they're just like flowing on, and then they're like, oh,
I
have
was
money.
doing that when I was doing the termite. Like I made a lot of money, but that really resonated with me because I spent a lot too. Like we made a lot of money and I blew through all that shit. And I got shit to
That's what happens when you're young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
happens.
So, one end of that value strong because again, I want you guys, the end goal for everyone here should be, if you're at Max Avita, you want to run your own organization one day. If you can't manage your money, you'll never achieve that, right? I want you guys to achieve that. And even outside of this job, just the peace you gain.
And the reality is, if you want to go super freaking hard 7 days a week, you can't do it if you're all hopped up on crazy amounts of dopamine, right? Outside dopamine, you just aren't gonna work there.
There is good dopamine though. Like working on the gym, it's good dopamine.
Because you won't be able to focus and push on something for long enough for it to actually make a meaningful impact. So, that's it. That's all we got. Some people are doing pest control. Raise your hands if you're doing pest control today. 4, just you 4? Nobody else.
I haven't decided yet.
Whatever you decide,
About
you know.
5 minutes.
It's either live oak or pest control.
I gotta see what we're doing with them.
Okay, cool. I like it. At least 4. Cool. Everyone else, you're doing live oak. We went over that super long, so we didn't really have the new people come up and actually present themselves.
That's okay. We'll have you just go ahead and quickly introduce yourselves. We got about 10 minutes. So go ahead and give us your name, what you did before, why you're interested in this job, your spirit animal, and your same-sex celebrity crush.
Make sure to stand up.
Stand up.
My name is Tyler Reed. You said what I did before this?
Yeah.
So I've been in multiple sales jobs. I worked for Justin for 2 years. That was my first sales job. It was amazing. Jumped from car sales, insurance. I was just out in California doing solar, but I wanted to come home. So I heard about Justin. I talked to Briar, and this seems like a pretty good opportunity. Justin always said at Meraki that we were a sales organization that decided to sell solar. So when Justin got out of it, I figured that guy's chasing opportunity. He's going where to go. So that's what kind of what got me here. Was it my spirit animal next?
Yep.
That I really don't know. I don't know. Never like dove into that.
What came to your head right when you thought?
Spirit. Tarzan. Spirit animal.
Like a Galapagos group.
This might be dumb. I really like turtles. Like I don't know if that's anything to do with
Yeah, turtle in the hair, baby.
I like turtles.
And you said what was the last one?
Same-sex celebrity crush.
Oh, that's
Don't make it gay.
someone called me James Franco once, so I'll take that.
Alright, I got you. My name is Nehemiah, from here, but I moved to California for a little bit. It's my first time doing sales for so I never really, I'm new to this, I'm learning, so you feel me, bear with me a little bit.
What part of Cali?
What part of Cali? Bay Area. I was
Yeah.
looking
That's what I was
to
looking at.
Oakland, Sacramento, stuff like that. Spirit animal, I like wolves.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Same-sex celebrity crush.
The longer you take, the more we
more-
think you're homosexual.
more- more-
Yeah.
Never thought of it.
Now I'm like thinking about who look somebody like an artist or something you like anyway.
Alright, shit, Polo G then.
Hey,
Matt, let's see you stand up real quick.
What up, guys? My name's Adam. I came from selling pests before this. I grew up in Oregon, and my spirit animal is a lion. On same-sex celebrity crush, I have no idea.
It's me. Sex symbol.
Which one do you like the most?
Which what?
Which
Celebrity.
Which celebrity
Oh.
likes
Oh.
the
Man, do you like that?
Adam
That's
Sandler.
There you go.
Fire.
Yeah. Happy graduation, bro.
Spirit animal.
Real quick for you guys, so memorizing our values is extremely important. One thing, where's the values? One thing I want to hit on really fast, we represent excellence, our peers reflect our standards, and our standards are excellent. So, what do I generally look like for the guys that see me a lot? What do I look like every single fucking day?
Clean shaven, hat, same shoes.
Shoes. Literally, I wear the same shit every single
You
day.
look like AI.
Yeah, pretty much. I dress for the sport I play. That's the best way to put it. I said this a lot. If I was a sumo wrestler, I would be very fat, right? If I was a cross-country runner, I would be extremely thin. I will mold myself to fit the sport so that I can win, right? I don't want to go compete as a sumo wrestler and be skinny. That would be pretty stupid. Don't be a sumo wrestler, right? You want to compete in this sport, you have to understand there are things that help you. Being super big and fat in sumo wrestling definitely helps you if you want to compete at a high level, right? In this job, you want to compete at a high level. Appearance is extremely important. Not as small, like it's huge, it's insane. If I pulled up on Instagram, whatever, find like all the top guys in door to door that go up and get gold doors every year, boom, 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 what do they look like? Well, they look almost all the exact fucking same.
Baby face.
Right, baby-faced assassins, right, they're out there doing that. You can have facial hair, if you do have facial hair, it's just manicured. It's manicured. It looks like it's intentionally done, right? Not like you just woke up out of bed and just forgot it on your face. Like intentionally, there's lines to your shit, right? It's clean, like it looks like you intentionally did. Hair, same thing. It looks intentional before you have a hat on. That's also totally fine. But if you have hair, it's not like, oh, I just forgot to get a haircut for a month. Like that's not okay. You can have long hair. Tarzan's hair, sexy as hell. That's the first long hair I've ever said that about so far in the room. Okay. That's because that shit is style. It looks like intentional. It looks intentional, right? Normally I'm very against long hair because normally it doesn't look intentional.
When I started at Meraki, they all preached and yelled at me to cut my hair. So over time, I just figured out a way to keep it on there. Is that what I'm saying?
I said the same thing. I was like,
And I
oh,
can't have,
wow.
I can't have $25. I can't have.
If you're gonna keep facial
I can't
hair,
have for people having.
He messed my edge up, look.
yeah.
I never cut his hair.
If you're gonna try and keep facial hair, but you can't grow it, don't. And the reality is, if you can't grow it, it means I can see your skin under your hair. Like if you have hair on there and I can see through it and see your skin, you can't do it. And
What
it's
he trying to
okay.
say, patchy.
He's not cheating.
You
No,
look patchy.
yeah,
I do it. Peach fuzz.
Yeah,
you got a caterpillar
that's what,
on your
exactly
lip.
what I'm saying. It's not gonna, I wouldn't do that, right? Don't do it. Just don't do it. So appearance really matters. Also, the clothes you wear really matters. When you're out there, people associate. Generally, we're selling people in their 40s up to 80s. That's people that
No gray sweats.
right? Sweatpants, loungy, like throw it away jeans, like whatever. No, you're killing yourself. You should look like generally a golf guy. I know it sucks, but like some people don't want to look like that. But guess what? We're working. You're not. It's not like you're out there picking up chicks. Like we don't care. Like you're working. If you go to a golf course, you go skiing. Guess what? People leave $1,000 ski sets and multi-$1,000 golf club sets just sitting around, not even worried anyone's gonna steal it. Why?
They're rich.
Because they don't steal. The society has decided people that look like that don't steal shit.
Trustworthy.
Right? They're trustworthy and steal shit. Everyone thinks that. Sorry,
That's
not
not
everyone,
cool,
but
but still a lot of
we
shit.
go about percentages, right? Percentages, very large percentage of the population looks at the guy that looks like he's about to go golfing and assume he's probably not gonna steal any of my shit. I can give him my credit card information, right? So it's just, appearance is very, very, very
First impressions
important.
make the
I
best
need to work on my
impressions.
form.
And we kind of hold that standard.
Yeah, very, very, very important. Clean, put together, good hygiene. They're gonna make a decision in the first 2 seconds of looking at you whether this conversation is gonna continue a lot. If you're like, I can only sell in low income areas, it might be your appearance. I'm just saying, because they're less judgy on appearance than high income, right? I love the high income, it's my favorite. Because high income always qualifies. If I sell a high income, pest control customer, they're probably gonna be paying every month on time for sure for the next 20 years. They'll get a paycheck, right? Again, there's nothing wrong with low income people, but that's not gonna guarantee, right? It just is what it is. Their odds of canceling, saying I can't afford this bill, statistically the odds are much higher, right? So therefore I like high income. But if you go in there not looking sharp, you better get ready for your ass to be kicked all day, right? You're gonna get destroyed. So appearance is really important. All right, ready for numbers. Let's do this, guys.
Cool. Get the music going.
Let's go to the music.
Let's go, DJ.
We'll leave different shoes on, different clothes. I told him to wear
Justin, what are you doing today? What are you doing today? Let's go! Come on, let's not get nice. Ryan, what are you doing? George, what are you doing?
Let's go. Horse down, let's go.
I don't know if he wants to do that.
Definitely don't shadow in those clothes though.
Yeah.
That will lose you deals.
You will shadow what? In the clothes he's currently wearing, he will lose you deals.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for his worst shit. I just
Unless you're
wanted to.
extremely confident.
Also-
Just come and just kind of check it out.
Also,
Super short guy play ball. You gotta really
we
make
have
it
to,
very fast.
Justin,
Oh, baby.
we have to,
Oh, baby.
set the
I know you feel that strength right there, Justin.
He's still 17 till September.
On me, bro, I wake up like
He
this.
will be a setter, and that's it.
Where's my guy?
Well, he can sell live.
Yeah.
Does he have money? Hold on,
There you go.
Done. He's a live oak guy.
So, should I just have to study the live oak pitch? The live oak
The
pitch
fiber
and
pitch.
announcements?
The fiber.
Or if you could just do pest control.
I think he should do fiber so that he doesn't.
So he really has to do a quote unquote background check.
Oh, no, he has that.
It's a very mild one, mostly seeing if you're not a murderer and racist.
Smooth, yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Who knows?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll find out.
Daniel, I do have your keys. I will leave you if you don't come home.
Come on, what?
To sale. What do you mean for what?
Come on.
What are you trying to do today?
What? Bow. Good, check me out, bro. It's fake a mouth.
We gotta go let you have
No,
a
little
little.
Jackson Bolt.
I got a dentist appointment.
I want to give you so you can study it.
I think there's two. Just to like start saying. Or if I'm gonna get braces or.
How was that?
How to do it, yeah.
How do you decide?
Yeah, but Jalen wanted me to go to Georgia with him, but I had to stay for this dentist appointment.
I would just do the dentist appointment. Stay here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, would it be worth driving there tonight? And still not 4 days? 'Cause I mean, apparently it's fucking good fees and Xavier's is really good up there.
I would.
But Xavier's the only one I've seen who can do it.
George is good. I mean, you've gone it. Just this area we knocked at the beginning. That was the first area.
Yeah, no, I like that area. That was
So,
where I
if you
got
like-
fucking forty.
I like Georgia. So if you like it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
I'm okay with that. You have to leave. What time are you doing? Are you gonna leave after your dentist appointment?
Probably, yeah. And then probably get there around like 9-10 o'clock.
Yeah.
'Cause it's, well, maybe, I don't know, it's 3.5 hours where they were
Yeah, it's not even
on
long.
Live 360.
So roughly 4 hours.
Yeah, roughly.
Sounds good to me.
I like totally fucking, the lady on the phone said it was just an expert, so hopefully it'll take like.
Yes. You are rolling with Briar and Justin.